We in a multiverse, melting pot, parallels never stop. Focus on the vibration. Close my eyes, felt the shock. God told me when he made this realm that he held my spot. Unleash those sacred powers. Show the world, make it hot. We in a multiverse, melting pot.
What up, what up, what up? What's going on, Star Fam? You already know who it is. It's your boy Draft, Divine Raps and Flows, and we are back for episode 2 of MultiVerse MeltingPot. Welcome. I know I got laid up. So where do we begin? Today's episode, man, is about our decaying society, man. Politics and a decaying society. It's really unfortunate that has to be the topic, being that politics should be something that should be helping out its citizens and, not trying to fuck people over. But it's not the world we live in today. It's not the world we live in today. The powers that be are the strongest people right now, and they're all involved in government and politics and scandalous, scary shit, man. A lot of scandalous, scary shit. So let me just get right into it. Just get right into it. Hot button topic of the week. Brittany Griner. I mean, I got to give I have to give my thoughts on this, man, because politically, this is something big, and I mean, it's something that we look at like, oh my God, like how could that be possible? But you got to think this is somewhere completely different. This isn't America. These aren't the laws that we have over here. So they're going to govern the way they govern over there based off of the laws that they have. And that's not saying that them shits aren't horrible. I don't know all the laws that Russia has, but I know that 9 years for fucking weed in a weed pen is fucking insane. But again, that's not over here. That's not something that we can dictate. We can put our personal emotions into it and say, oh, we feel that it shouldn't be this or this and that. But again, we don't live over there. We don't, But my whole thing is, I do understand that it is a very harsh sentence and it is a very harsh situation. And we do know Brittany Griner is one of the best, if not, the biggest women stars currently in women's sports. But you really gotta think for a second and separate yourself personally, because I do feel like it's fucked up. But again, there's a lot of things that go on over here that are fucked up as well. And I'm not saying we should take away from what's going on over there, but we also have something over here. My homeboy that I follow on Facebook, he had posted something in regards to the 3-strike rule in California, and I had completely forgot about that. And I mean, people wouldn't call that harsh, I guess, because it's like, oh, you get 3 strikes, you got 3 chances, 3 times you're out. But at the end of the day, on that 3rd strike, you can do something as small as litter or something like that. I'm not sure. I know once you have 2 violent felonies, then that 3rd one, it's a wrap for you. And there's actually someone serving a life term or close to a life term right now based off of marijuana and that 3-strike rule. So, that's very harsh as well. But I just wanted to touch on the Brittany Griner thing because I know that's a hot button topic. And it's just, as far as making a deal to get her back, I hope something can be done because, I mean, it is fucked up. But at the end of the day, Biden don't know what the fuck he's doing, y'all. He don't. That man need to go take a nap somewhere, man. He need to go sit down and go take a nap somewhere. Don't worry about running the country. He need to go sit down and take a nap somewhere, man. Man's is shaking hand with air and falling off bikes that's going like 2 miles an hour. Come on, man. Like, hold on, come on. Like, it's really unfair to have somebody like that running America, man. And I mean, I'm not saying that all the other presidents are any better, because we all know that they're all part of the same system, the same political agenda, the same bullshit. The Republicans and the Democrats are the same party. It's like going through two different doors and winding up in the same hallway. You're going down the same path. And I think people are beginning to understand that more and more. But if that was the case, I don't know why we continue to vote. Don't know why we continue to vote. But I'll get back on that in a second. But yeah, as far as helping Britney get back, man, it might look grim, man. It might look grim. I mean, we have a government focused on things like vaccinating people more importantly than stopping actual people who are supposed to serve and protect from killing the people who they are supposed to serve and protect. Like, yes, I understand that this pandemic was a big deal, but, you know, fabricating numbers in certain places and things like that just to get people to take these shots and make trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars. And then now it's just the continued fear mongering with, you know, the monkeypox and then some bacteria in the water. I think it's called Legionnaires. Now, these things are real, yes, but I just feel like the government pushes them in a fear mongering way to try to get people to just get so scared so they can just, again, stay at the whim of what the government wants them to do or whatever the case may be. So, but all that said, you know, I really hope Brittany Griner gets something worked out. I hope geriatric Biden find some way to help her, but it looked grim, man. I'll definitely keep you guys posted on that. Those are my ideas in regards to that. She definitely, I'm not saying that she knew exactly what she was doing. She said it was an accident, but again, that's just how the cookie crumbles. Unfortunate for Brittany Griner, but Brittany Griner, get home soon. Let's work something out. Second, what else we have going on in today's world of politics? We have the cops, FBI raiding Trump's house. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. We all know that Trump has had a lot of bad deals in the past. And I mean, he's a businessman. He was a president, but he's the one who made this shit even more of a spectacle, a mockery, if you say, as far as being publicized, because it's like, oh, you guys had a famous president and he was a real estate agent and a businessman. And then he started taking all of those bad deals into what he did in politics and things like that. So like I said, politics is something that you really don't want to talk about with a lot of people publicly, I guess, because it is a hot button topic and it's something that can either make or break your relationship with people. Because two things that they say don't speak about, especially if you're meeting like a woman on a first date or a guy on a first date or just anyone in general, is politics and religion. And because these political views that people have get so extreme. I mean, speaking of Trump, I mean, look at these Proud Boys that he has. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, I will say this. Trump is responsible for the people that follow him and the way they act, but to a certain degree, he isn't. You know, the people doing these crazy rambunctious acts like the coup on January 6th which people still have not been prosecuted for. That still that was an insane thing. Like, how do you have an attempted coup on the country, but yet no one get any kind of ramifications? That's crazy. Now imagine if that was black people, and everyone always brings up that argument because you have to. There would have been so much bloodshed that day. So much bloodshed that day. And there's no way you can tell me that would have not happened. There's no way. We have statistics that state there would have been many black people dead. Imagine what would happen. Everybody else in the world would have looked at us like, pff. I mean, they're probably looking at us like that now. I mean, but it's just like, we got to get our shit together, man. We really got to get our shit together. Like, I would say that we've been losing power this whole time, but honestly, it's not even about countries losing power or us, because if you're not the 1%, then you just don't have power, period. Point blank. They make the rules. They're the ones who run everything. I mean, until we really get some serious change in legislation and the way things are run, politics is going to continue to fuck the world, and the 1% is going to continue to win. Now, what are some things that I say that we can do that can help us in the future? How about not voting? And yes, I'm an advocate for not voting. I voted one time, and it was for Obama, and I fucking regret it because all of these presidents are the same. But I'm speaking on that presidential level. I do respect politicians, certain politicians, let me say that, locally and on the state level, because these are the people who can really try to enact certain things for your community. They can do things like set up events and programs for the kids and, homeless people and people on drugs and things like that. So these are the more respectable people. If you can get to them, speak to them, vote for them, do some research on them and see, okay, are these people going to be good for my community? Because it's really all about this. Because the government level, dude, what the fuck are we voting for? I'll wait. When we vote, we still get fucked. So what could it hurt if we try not to vote? I mean, everybody, imagine how scary that would be for them if presidential election day comes, polls is up right there in the morning, everybody there waiting, they ready on the polls. They're like, all right, about to get this voting going on. Nobody shows up. Not one fucking person. That would be the day that everything decides to change, because then they'll be like, whoa, these people caught on to something really quick, and we got to do something about it. Because I feel like that is one of two ways where we can really implement serious change. Not voting to show them, listen, we're not going to play this game with you. We're not going to choose the lesser of two evils, because that's still not a choice. The lesser of two evils. What the fuck is that? It's still evil. They're still going to comply with the same agenda that's been going on this whole time. So no, we're not doing that. The easiest thing I feel that we can do as far as taking power back is not voting for a president. And then whenever they come, now they can take that two ways. And one way that wouldn't be good is they can just, okay, good. You guys don't want to choose a president here. Well, we're going to choose this guy anyway, which is technically what they do, because the Electoral College chooses the president. Your vote doesn't matter. Vote doesn't matter. People go, oh, rock the vote, this and that. Your vote doesn't matter. Electoral College is what matters. It could be 10 million votes to 2 million votes. If the Electoral College is for the one that the government powers that be want, then he's going to be the president. That's a clear indication that shows it's just a game. We don't really care. We want to see what you think, but we don't care. That's not going to affect our decision. So I really do feel like one of the main ways is not voting, and the second would be taking away the financial power that we have, because as black people, we do spend the most, and we have the most spending power. We own damn near nothing, but we have the most spending power. That whole narrative has to change. And you can't really have political power, again, unless you have that political power that they created. But that's one of my solutions, is to not vote during presidential elections, because it's a game anyway. And at least this way, when they do come on news or whatever, like, oh no, so the first way is they can either just choose someone and say, okay, fuck you guys, which is kind of what they do. Excuse me for getting off topic. And the second way is they could either come on TV and get really scared and, oh, hey guys, listen, press release. No one voted at the polls. What are we going to do? What's going on? And then we as a people decide who can speak for us and let them know, like, listen, we're not playing this game no more. The revolution starts now. So it's either you're going to listen to us or there's going to be some ramifications. Now, that is a very extreme way of doing it, but everything going on right now is extreme. Like, we still have no legislation for cops killing innocent black people. None. But they're focused on fucking 10 trillion COVID shots and boosters and this and that. That shit is not the biggest killer of people right now. The biggest killer of people is fucking cops, man. As far as government situations is considered, because even if it's not just the regular cops shooting down black people, you have people like FBI, CIA just assassinating people in other countries, other world leaders, things like that. I mean, this is very controversial stuff, but this is just what they do. This is just what goes on in the government. If we don't like you, we kill you. Either get down or lay down. That's some real gangster shit. Like, the government is really a cartel. They run themselves like the mafia. Literally. The main thing is that they just have laws to back whatever bullshit that they want to do. Like, okay, you know what? We don't want these people getting any kind of assistance. Okay, make a law. Boom. Okay, let's continue for let's just make a law. Let's make sure that we continue to keep the power. There's no way. So it's all a big game, man. So not to go too far off topic, but yes, I do think that when it comes down to the presidential election, we need to try not voting and see what that gets us. We voted this far and it's gotten us nothing. So let's try the extreme method. So I do think we should do that. Now on to something else. Speaking about governments and powers, Russia and China just came up with a combined world currency or something like that. That's not good for the U.S. because I do hear that they're backing that with minerals like gold and things like that. And right now our inflation's just going crazy because we're just printing money with no backing. So it's a lot going on in the political world. I do want to try to keep you guys abreast of these things. So this is some of the most current events that's going on now. So I just wanted to, keep you guys aware and try to propose some of my ideas that I usually have when I sit around, just smoking or whatever, that I feel like actually would help. You make platforms this way, people can hear your, ideas and see your point of views and things like that. And I do feel very strongly about the way things are going on in the world right now. Absolutely. I mean, it's crazy because you have people who have tried to do the right thing in politics and the government. JFK popped his top on TV. Poop. Everybody sees that. Everybody. And people don't really understand that JFK really got assassinated for that last speech he had. If you guys Google JFK's last speech, you'll hear him talking about secret societies and how they run people's life, and he don't think that's right. You hear him talking about extraterrestrials, UFOs, and how there is a phenomenon and a presence engaging us, and he needs to find out more information. He didn't have access to things like that. Like, come on, like, that even goes to show you that the president is just a puppet. Like, you don't have access to some of the most sensitive information in the world. So then who does have access? And let's fix that. Let's fix that. And we need more than just a few people to try to do it, because, as you can see, boom, pop, next person, top, pop. Like, it's just insane how they do things, man. And even down to that, the whole secrecy thing. Like, I do get that for safety reasons, there have to be certain secrets that you guys keep. Yes, I get that. But then there's certain things that the people should know. Like, on the whole subject of the whole phenomenon, extraterrestrial stuff. You guys, that's things that people should know. That's not something that you should hide. Okay, we have the FOIA and we have a whole bunch of released documents now that were top secret that tell us a lot of things that conspiracy theorists were talking about. A lot of things that people have researched. Me per se, I've been into this whole realm of thought and research since I was about 18, 19. And guess what started it? 2001, 9/11. Because I knew something was wrong. Something was wrong, because I'm like, okay, I'm in high school. I'm in Mount St. Michael at the time. And we just get a call over the intercom. Oh, the Twin Towers have just been hit. The Twin Towers have just been hit. Don't remember exactly what to say. I didn't even understand the importance of it. I'm just sitting in a computer class. I'm leaning back in my chair. I'm like, all right, man, come on. You know what I mean? I got my shirt untucked and shit. You know, got my tie all loose and shit. Teacher's like, yo, sit up straight. So then people's parents start coming. People start getting called to the office like, oh, come to the office. Your parents had to pick you up. So-and-so, your parents had to pick you up. I'm like, oh, shit. Is this shit serious like that? So I'm just like, I hope I'm next. Next thing you know, John and I come to the office. Yeah, boy. Thank you, mommy. So I was just happy that I got to leave school. But then she took me to her friend's house and we watched it on TV. And then when I saw it on TV, I was like, whoa. This is big. I didn't realize like how when they said I wasn't even really familiar with the Twin Towers at the time. I mean, and how big they were and I'm like, these two buildings just got like every other American. I'm like, wow, whoever did that is going to be crazy. But then when you start looking at the other things that they were trying to hide, like the conspiracy documentaries and stuff like that, and how buildings were falling that weren't hit, and how the actual falling of the Twin Towers was like a demolition project instead of it toppling how it should have, even though they did say that it was constructed to fall that way because they were so high and they know it could possibly have been hit by planes. But you have people hearing bombs and things like that. You have police, firemen telling you that they heard bombs go off in the building. So that's a complete setup. That's not something that someone did from the Middle East. No, they used them as scapegoats so we can go over there, steal oil, run the prices up, bring it back over here. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, this whole political game is very scary, man. It's very scary, but I'm an optimist. So I do believe that no matter how long it'll take, things will change. Things will change, man. Because at the end of the day, we don't really got the power. Like, we're just humans on Earth. We do have very strong technology and weaponry, but if these other civilizations really wanted to fuck us over, man, they could. And that's fact. Because when it comes down to it, if you guys want to research the Maelstrom Air Base case, where an orb shut down our nukes for, I think it was 20 minutes, 20 minutes, shut the whole nuke system down. Easy. No, it's our strongest weapon that we have. That is our strongest weapon. If we wanted to go to war with another civilization because they threatened us, that's all we would have. And they shut that shit down like that. Easy. So imagine the weaponry that they have as far as projectiles or lasers or what. Imagine what the fuck weaponry they. So it's like, let's just cut the bullshit, man. Like, we down here killing each other. Religion is brainwashing people. Politics is fucking people over instead of helping people out. Like, let's get our shit together on Earth, man. This way, when we become a spacefaring society, like, we'll have our shit together. Like, we're like, it's crazy. It's really crazy. And as far as becoming a spacefaring society, like, how can we do that the right way when we have all of this suppressed technology? How can we do that the right way when we have all of the suppressed technology? They give us, little bits and pieces, but there's no way the government should stay 200 years or 100 plus years ahead of the people in technology. I mean, okay, if you want to use it for military application, yes, but everything else should be released. Like these, like I said in episode 1, these advanced healing practices, these sonic ways of healing and surgery and things like that. Like, you can make a way better civilization. Like, we can get to a type 1 civilization if we really wanted to, but we got people in power who are fucking douchebags. So what it comes down to. In my opinion, man. I don't want to sway anybody's ideas, but these are just, again, things that I research and, just got to let it be known. But I don't want to go too long on this episode. I did just want to give you guys a rundown, said of the Brittany Griner thing. Again, come home. Let's see if we could work something out. But, unfortunately, those are Russia laws, basketball player or not. I mean, I just wanted to bring up that, like I said, they raided Trump's house. Let's see what happens there, because if nothing happens to this guy, then he's even more Teflon now. Like, oh, look, can't touch him. So we'll see what happens there. he says they want to keep him from running in 2024. Let's not vote in 2024. Let's not do that. See how that works. Like I said, yeah, with the new currency thing, you know, that's something that we got to look out for. Finance episode will be coming up soon. We'll talk more about that and crypto, things like that. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Just some ideas on how I feel like politics is affecting this decaying world. And let's all stay optimistic. Love y'all.